Yeah. So super quick run through the basics of Cinema 4D. In this super quick tutorial, I'm going to cover navigation, primitives, transform tools, object manager, and the attribute manager. So I'm doing this because I recently learned Cinema 4D. I remember all the struggles I had and like the tutorials I had to look through, and there was nothing that really gave me everything that I wanted in a quick manner. They were all the videos were like 40 minutes long, and yeah, I didn't want to. And past me wishes I could have skipped some of that. Okay, so first and foremost, navigation. Yeah, I remember opening Cinema 4D and I had no idea how to navigate. I was just like, what is it, like control? Is it shift? But no, it's alt. If you hold alt and left click and drag, you can rotate. Holding alt and right click and drag, you can zoom. And if you want to pan, you can hold alt and press mouse 3 or the scroll wheel, but I'm using a tablet, so I usually hold 1 and click and drag. Hold 1, left click and drag. And so that's navigation. So that's pretty cool. You can also hold 2 and click to zoom and 3 and left click to rotate. Yep. So that's navigation. All right, cool. So how do I make my first object? Well, you can just click up here and there you got a box. Just going to Control Z that box. If you hold down this button, and it'll bring up the options with more primitives to choose from. So just click, I don't know, a tube or something. You got your primitives here, or you can go create object, and then there's a list of primitives here for you to also choose from. So you're like, yay, I've got like my cube, you've got my capsule, I've got my like polygon, whatever. And then if you're anything like me, you're like, oh, okay, I want to select something else, and like I'm clicking here but nothing's happening. And the reason that this has happened to me previously is because there's these buttons on the left here that indicate what mode you're in, and I'm currently on the point mode, but I need to be in the model mode in order to select the different objects. Okay, cool. So anyway, there's transform tools at the top here. You got your standard move, scale, rotate. You can use the shortcuts E for move, R for rotate, T for transform. Great. So you may or may have not noticed, but as I was making these objects, look, I'll make another one. They pop up here on the right. This is called your object manager. I kind of think of it as like layers in Photoshop. So you can also click these to select the relevant object that you're in, and then you can click and drag to select multiple objects. You can control click, your usual. You can press Control A to select everything, and then there's a nice thing where, you can click and shift click to select multiple objects. If you hold Control Shift A, you deselect everything that's selected. Kind of like the inverse of Control A. I thought that was kind of nifty. And another thing is when any object that you have selected, there'll be an attribute manager on the bottom here, and then there you can change some of the attributes of the objects. And yeah, I think that's it for this tutorial. I just really wanted to have these basics down because it took me way longer than it should have to figure this out. Final note, you can click this widget up here to get your standard 4 viewpoints. So that's great. We've covered navigation, primitives, transform tools, and the object panel, and the attributes manager. I really wish that these basics were covered in more tutorials, like really quickly, but they weren't. Please like and comment on my video so that YouTube can boost it up, or subscribe so I can feel more confident about my self-worth.